Hello there. Welcome to session 13 with Malcolm Keith. And I unfortunately have to tell you that we were not able to capture the entire session due to some technical difficulties between Zoom and Facebook. And I just had a glitchy night. So, the apologies have already been sent to our speaker, but here is what we've got. It's good, and I hope you enjoy the show.
Hello, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests, and anyone out there coming in on Facebook to see this lovely product that we call the engagement room. This is session 13, and we are joined tonight by a distinguished young man who has endeavored to go forth and do great things as an entrepreneur. Malcolm Keith, at 17, he's now 19, launched the Teen Mastermind, which is a community of 60 plus teens focused on leadership, entrepreneurship, and legacy under the teenmastermind.com. Last year in 2025, he took it offline with Teen Mastermind Live, which was a 3-day immersive leadership experience for teens and their parents on teenmastermindlive.com. In an era where headlines fixate on screen addiction and teen isolation, Malcolm's story flips the script. A teen teaching leadership to his peers while uniting families around confidence, purpose, and legacy. Malcolm Keith, give your teen the head start you wish you had. So, Malcolm, the lectern is yours, sir.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That was an amazing introduction. Well, hey, I'm Malcolm. I'm 19 years old and I'm a teenage entrepreneur. I won't be for much longer, but I'm going to try to use that teenage title as long as I can. Um, I want to share a bit about my story because I think that's going to help a lot of the parents and a lot of the teens with this entrepreneurial journey because it's definitely a tough one, and especially if you are starting out as a teen. But uh, I know, my parents helped me a lot on my journey, and kind of intentionally, but a little bit on accident, and so. My parents got married and opened up their business in the same year. And so I was basically born into the entrepreneurial world. They started a martial arts school, they taught judo and jujitsu. And so not only have I been an entrepreneur my whole life, I literally learned how to walk and talk on the mats and doing jujitsu. And so that was that's part of my foundation is kind of helping teach jujitsu at the dojo. One of the biggest lessons that I've learned from my parents is uh, putting yourself in the right environment. And that's exactly what they did with me. One part was the dojo, of course. They put me in the environment. Our dojo is all about teaching character development through martial arts. So leadership, discipline, all that kind of stuff. And so there was a great culture there, all about values and family values, especially. So that was one of the environments they put me in. When I got into, I think, second grade, they decided to homeschool me. And that was one of the greatest decisions, I think. I'm so glad that I was homeschooled. I think a lot of entrepreneurs' stories, they talk about school, or they actually don't talk about school at all. Sometimes, a lot of the big entrepreneurs out there are actually college dropouts, which is really interesting. And a lot of them don't really credit school as their biggest success or like the biggest factor in their success. School didn't really teach them about being an entrepreneur, and oftentimes it was some they actually discouraged them a bit. Um, for me, I think my homeschooling journey through the program I went through was it helped me a lot. It set a lot of my foundations for speaking and for creating ideas and starting discussions, which ties in so much into my everyday life and the teen mastermind. And so I'm so thankful to my parents for putting me in the dojo and putting me in homeschooling and for taking me to entrepreneurial events. I think it was around um, 2016 that My parents were a part of a martial arts wealth mastery mastermind. And so they were taking turns going to these trips while the other would stay home and take care of me and my little sister Vera. Um, on one of these trips, however, they realized how much it was, how sad it was to, have to leave the rest of the family at home. And, they thought like, why are we doing this? Like, why are we, you know, actively choosing to lose time with our kids when we totally have the freedom because we homeschool and because we have our own business, we totally have the freedom to just all go together as a family. And so, that's tough and that's definitely a huge commitment, but they made that commitment. And I'm eternally grateful for that because me and my little sister got to sit through tons of amazing masterminds. And, at first, we're like, I was 9 years old. And so, stuff wasn't really like landing exactly. But when you're 9 years old, you are a little information sponge. And so even though I wasn't actively listening, I was passively listening, and it was sinking in a little bit. Eventually, you know, even though we were just, sitting there like reading our own books or, playing with our toys as we were little, eventually we started going there and taking notes on what these speakers were saying. Eventually, we went to some of Russell Brunson's events, and those are some of my favorite. Um, he puts on an amazing event, very high action, and so um, that's when I really got sold on this whole idea of entrepreneurship. He put on an event called Unlock the Secrets, which was a family event for his community. Um, and it was at that event that I realized that there were actually other teenage entrepreneurs who were not only interested in business but already doing business. Because for a while I had been going to these events and then coming back home to my homeschool co-op, and so I still had classmates in my homeschool group, um, and you know we'd have fun. I was good friends with them, but there was still like that disconnect, and it was because our small town wasn't really. Um, they didn't have the big mindset of, there's so much more out there besides just our little town. And so there was a little bit of a disconnect there. And I always wish that I never could talk to any of my friends at home about all the cool business stuff that I was learning. And so it was at Russell Brunson's event that I finally saw that, oh, there are other teenagers that actually are not only interested, but actively doing stuff. And it was so inspiring. I met a ton of people there, and it was just such an amazing event. But then another problem came, which was that I never stayed connected with any of those teens. And so eventually, the next event would come around. I would see a couple of them there, but we'd have to completely restart the relationship because we just never stayed in touch. So that kept happening for a few events. And it wasn't until Unlock the Secrets in Paradise, 2024, I believe. Um, and that's when I finally decided, okay, I'm gonna make a decision. This time is gonna be different. I'm gonna create a Discord server and invite all the teens that I met, that I meet at that event. I did that. I did a Facebook post just telling people like, hey, why don't we all go and meet up uh, during the event and have our own little mini mastermind? And that was the very first teen mastermind that we did. It was so much fun. And that was where uh, the group first formed. Um, I continued to invite a couple of the other teens that were at that event, and we all made a commitment to stay connected and message each other. And then I know uh, I'm starting to build up some of the other teens who are, um, raising their hand and like saying, "Hey, I want to be part of this more. I want to help lead." Rose led an accountability call the other day, which was great. Um, so I think I'll always be part of the team mastermind, maybe as maybe a special guest or something. Um, and of course, there'll be another mastermind of mine uh, somewhere else. I don't think there's such thing as, the one thing that someone does or, one purpose. There's going to be multiple things and it's seasons. So, um, short answer, I'm not sure yet.
All right, I got one. I'm gonna this will drive other questions. Malcolm, do you consider yourself a person that drops something into a pool and your efforts ripple out, or are you the ripple that's going out to other people?
Ooh. Um, I feel like both in some cases, because I mean I'm a ripple effect from my parents. I credit them a ton. Um, I credit the dojo a ton. I credit my homeschool co-op a ton. I credit Russell Brunson, all the other business mentors a ton. And so um, I'm not, it's not all my effort. I can't claim that. And, you know, God has had his hand in every step of the process for sure. Um, but I think I have made ripples of my own, which is, um, it's hard to say that. It feels kind of like prideful to say that a little bit, but I mean, it's true and it's like very fulfilling to see. I've made an impact on Rose. I've made an impact on Forrest, who wrote his book. I made an impact on so many of those teens. Um, I didn't really expect it to be that much either. And so I think both, and it's a huge honor to be both.
Oh yeah. No, that's an excellent answer because, you know, the confidence that you bring into us right now. I mean, we've never met you before, and the confidence that you've got, the passion that you give, and just in talking about it is amazing. And confidence with humility actually builds a lot of integrity. So don't feel bad talking about yourself. But again, kudos is saying like it takes a village to make some things because you celebrate and give a lot of honor to the people that built you up. So that was well done. It really was.
Thank you.
Hmm. All right, Karen, what you got?
Um, so something you mentioned, well, one was a suggestion to just put in the box, for your event here. There's a good friend of mine that I've worked with on, leadership skills, Kurt Carter, who's a musician and he runs a company that's called, Learning Live or what have you. I'll get his name, but he kind of patterned after Touch of Nature, which was where he started. But he teaches ropes courses and that kind of thing. I don't know if he's available, but he's really cool. He's worked with when I did a youth leadership camp. He did that. So that's
Mm,
something just to toss out there to ask about because I think it's a great vehicle for your kids, your young people coming. And then the second one is just a little clarification. You use the word Discord, and I don't know what that means.
Oh, yeah, that's a communication app that a lot of teens use.
Mm.
And so I think that's a lesson in of itself. Go where your people are. And when I first made the mastermind, I was like, okay, what would be the best way to do this? Like WhatsApp or just texting or
Yeah,
Facebook group or something. And I figured, okay, a lot of teenagers are using this Discord app. 'Cause it's very synonymous with like the video game community. Um,
okay,
and so, but that's the one I chose and it worked.
thank you.
Yeah, I wondered. I wonder if there was a Discord server connection there somewhere. That does make sense. It does. All right. Well, we have 4 minutes. I got one more question. Who's our last person with a question.
I have a comment.
Yes, Carrie.
Uh,
Yeah, go ahead, Linda.
You have inspired a lot of other young people, and we need more of this kind of thing with our young people to encourage them to have that I can do attitude and to help open doors for them. This has been very interesting. I have two grandchildren who uh, would benefit from interacting with people like you.
Well,
Thank you
awesome.
for this.
Thank you. Yeah, um, that's a huge mission of mine is, um, our family does everything together. And I didn't see that so much with some other families. And so I really hope that I can be an example to other teens and to other families, like how we live life. Not everyone should be living life the exact same way that we are, but I think everyone could use a little bit more connection with their family. So I hope to be a good example of that.
Hey,
Thank
you've
you.
got it going. You've got everything going for you right there, dude. That you are doing it. You are showing it, how to do it, and you're setting a great example. So definitely. All
Thank
right.
you.
So, any passing comments from anyone in the audience? We'll be definitely putting out some information about his program. Yes, Karen.
So one thing that I want to say, Malcolm, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for taking the courageous step to be different for the world. But I want to also say to our audience, our adult audience sitting here, I know, having met Malcolm, knowing Rose, watching her grow, watching Pat and family, it makes me reflect back to myself and said, what are you waiting for? And so thank you so much for the encouragement myself to say, what am I waiting for? I got stuff to do. So thank you.
Awesome.
Let's give our speaker one more round of applause as we end our session tonight.
Oh, thank you guys. This was a huge honor to come here. Thank you for
Oh,
inviting
hey,
me.
the honor is ours, dude. We really, really is, because, we, as people who've been out in the world for a little while, to see young men like you and young ladies like Rose coming up, that shows us what's coming. And it really, really tells us that there are people out there like you that want to do big things in the world. And it's definitely very heartening. So, all right. So now we're going to go into the end here. Got to bring up my, what's going to be coming up next on the 18th as we end up here. Let me bring up Terry's picture. All right, then our next engagement room session on the 18th is from Terry Kingston. So you can see her title there. If I can move myself out of the way, what we carry into the room, how life experience shapes leadership, connection, and on. And so thank you again for all of you guys being here. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Karen, Rose, Charisse, Linda, and most of all, Malcolm. So thank you very, very much. Appreciate you all. And I will give you back your time. Everything will be out on Facebook later as a video. But then also, Malcolm, guess what? You're going to be out on YouTube and on Spotify as soon as I get the editing done. So that will be for you and for any speaker that comes on. And if you have any of your other young men, young ladies that would like to have an experience like this, I welcome you to invite them over and we will set a time. If it's not within the speaking schedule that I have for now until August, I can make special exceptions, or season 2 will be coming up later. So it is out there. And remember, starting tonight, you've set a challenge for yourself. You got to get that book written and published before this time next year. Right?
Yep, got to do that.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys have a wonderful night. Thank you so much. And come back and see us on March 18th. Y'all stay dry. Thank you. All right. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Great message, Malcolm. Fantastic. If there's anything I can do to help you out, even though I live in little old Idaho, let me know. I am a member of a number of clubs if you'd like to get your message out further, because I think it would be inspirational for like Tim coming up with this unique idea of the engagement room, is having someone like yourself come and talk about this, and then we can talk within our group, our Toastmaster talk on how to lead other initiatives similar to yours.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that would be really good. That'd be
Yeah.
super helpful for
Okay.
sure.
Well, you've got a great
Tim
process.
has
There's
all
no
my
reason.
contact info, so.
Yeah, there's no reason to, to not give the seeds that you spread enough light and fertilizer and water to grow and turn into wonderful things. Really, honestly,
And Tim, I'll send you a business card to send on to him. To
Sure.
Malcolm.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Awesome.
And
Perfect.
and Malcolm, I'll make sure that I get everything together. And if the file is too big, we'll make sure that I share it with you, and that way you have an opportunity to extract that and do whatever you need. All right.
Cool. Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, I'm gonna shut it down for everybody. You guys have a wonderful night. God bless you.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Good
See
evening.
ya.
Bye bye.